Welcome back to another tutorial on PowerPivot. In my previous tutorial, you had seen how the files from different locations and different spreadsheets can be combined using data models in PowerPivot. However, to get the results accurately in the pivot table of the data model, we will need to create a relationship between the tables or the data that has been linked. This is Trisha Jagtiani, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a relationship between the data in order to ensure the data flows correctly into the pivot table through data models. Let's understand what is a relationship. Relationship in pivot tables works exactly like the VLOOKUP in Excel, where you need to define the common data between the two databases and then look for the data from the table that you want to derive the data. Similarly, what we are going to do is first, we need to create a data model in order to start working on the Power Pivot, which we had already seen in the previous tutorial. So let's begin and see how does that work. In order to create a data model, we will first need the table. But let's first see what data that we have here. On my example file, I have three different sheets. One sheet has the customer detail, which contains customer ID, customer name, country, city, region, and other information. I have another sheet which contains the order ID, that is the order detail, along with the customer ID that I have. The third data contains the product ID, category, the product name and the sales information, that means the revenue information, the profit that is earned from the product that is being sold, and the order ID that is available. Now, when I'm looking at this data, it is very much obvious that when I want to create a data model, or rather, if I want to get a data for the region, that means how much sale have I done in different region, I will have to link these two databases. However, if you look at these two databases, it is not possible to link them because there is no common data between the both. Hence, there is a one link data or one data which can act as a intermediary, and that is our order detail, which also has the customer ID, which can be linked to the customer detail. It also has the order ID, which can be linked to the sales file. What I need to first do is I need to create or convert this into table to add this to the data model. So I will convert each of my sheets into the table, name them accordingly. So this becomes customer detail. I'm going to just make the spelling correct. Go to the next one, Control T, name this as order detail. Take the third one, and this I call it sales. Or you can give any other name. I'm going to keep the same name. When I have all these information, now I need to add each of them to the data model. In order to do that, I will go ahead and click on PowerPivot and say add to data model. Once I do that, it will open the PowerPivot window for me while adding it to the data model. You can see that your PowerPivot window is opening up and your tables are getting added to the PowerPivot window. You can see that the whole sheet is added and the name of the table is shown at the bottom as a tab. I will not close this window, just minimize it and go back, add the other data to the data model. It will do the same thing where it will add another sheet to the data model, minimize it again, go to the third one, add this to the data model. All the three while it has been added. Now what I need to do? I cannot directly go and create a pivot table. Like I mentioned, I will have to create a relationship between the three. Now, why a relationship? So that this linked data can link these both, or this intermediary data can link both these files in order for me to create a pivot table which can be used to combine both these data or get data from both of them. In order to do that, I will go on to the diagram view in the PowerPivot window. From the diagram view, you will see that all the data or all the files are showing in with the small boxes which contains all the headers. Now I know this is my main table, this is my intermediary, and this is again my main table. So these are my main tables, or you can call that the transaction files. And I'm going to just increase the size so all the headings are visible. Now, what I need to do is I need to create a triangle between the three so that they get linked. How am I going to do that is a question. So first, I will link my order ID with the customer ID to the customer detail so that these both are now linked. So I know that these are linked. However, when I'm linking these, you can see that it is showing one to many here. So it is going to take this data and show it to many. Why is it showing one to many is because you have one data, whereas you have one information given to you and you're going to link it to many. That means there could be multiple data also available in that. Now, when I'm doing this, I have to ensure that this data I'm linking to this, but it has to be a triangle. That means if I'm linking this to this, I cannot link my order detail to sales then, because I've linked order detail to customer. I have to actually do it other way, where I have to start from sales and go to order detail. So I will do order ID with the order ID. Now what happens is it creates a link like a circle or like a triangle where it goes from here goes to this. So what happens is when I create this kind of a triangle, it gets linked with each other. And now it becomes easier for me to link the data in such a way that when I create a pivot table, it works fine. So now I'll go on to pivot table from the pivot table Power Pivot window just to see it again how that I did it. I clicked on this pivot table from the Power Pivot window in the home screen, and it goes to the Excel and says if you need it to add it to the new worksheet. I say yes. Now what I can do is let me try and link a couple of things onto my database. So I have a region here. I can link the sales data or the profit data onto the in the spreadsheet, and you can now see how it is showing up the data correctly for each of the regions into the pivot table. So now what I have done is I've created, like I said, I have to create a triangle. It cannot be that I am using my intermediary table to link both the tables. While I have done that, of course I have done that, but what I did was I first used the intermediary to link the customer detail. Then I cannot use the same intermediary to link the sales. I'll have to do it like this: sales to intermediary, intermediary to customer detail. So what happens is I'm linking it, or I can do it otherwise: customer ID to customer detail to order detail, and then order detail to sales. So this way I'm linking each one of them. So that is the reason, that is how the relationship is created in order to get the right kind of data that you're looking for. So once you have this relationship, you can do much more than what you can see here. Not necessary that you will be stuck with only one data. You can do more things with all your databases. Here you have customer ID, you have only created with the region. If you want, you can also pick up the city. So it gives you profit as per the city. One more thing that you might want to know is in the order detail, you will all have unique data only. All the information or all the order ID that you have and the customer ID that you have will be unique. All right. Or because it needs to be linked to your other datas. Now this too is called as your transaction tables. Why transaction tables? Because this can contain duplicate values in the product ID, in the in your order ID, in your customer ID. Why? Because a same customer can keep ordering for the product again and again. So there is a possibility that there could be some duplications in both the databases. But there cannot be any duplication in your table in your intermediary. Why I'm saying this is if there is a duplication, you will not be able to link it. You will get errors while you're trying to create databases or create files which has duplicates. So let's see, for example, on my Power Pivot window, I have this customer detail and the sales. These both are my transaction detail. When I try to create, when I click on creating a relationship between the two, while this data is not correct, they both are not something that we can create a relationship. They found some data which was exactly same. So if I try to actually link these two datas together, it will throw an error. Why? Because it will say that there is a duplication between the two. It cannot actually go through. Even if there was, now in our databases there is nothing that is in common. But if you had customer ID here and you had customer ID in sales also, you can still not link it because there will be some duplicate datas in both the files. And that's the reason your intermediary comes into play here, which becomes very, very important for you to actually have an intermediary so that you can create a relationship between both the databases in order to create a pivot table which can be linked to all the database together. So now you have the sum of profit, like I mentioned. You can remove the city, you can have state, you can also add any other information that you have. You can also add quantity if you like to. So this is how you can actually create different things from your pivot table. So what we have done here is we have three different databases and we have linked all the three databases, actually two database, not even three, two database through an intermediary, which was our order detail. So in case if you only have two databases and you want to link both the databases, ensure that you create a new database which does not have a duplicate, which is a unique database for linking both the databases, just like this. So if you have a customer detail and the sales detail, you can create a database which contains the one of the IDs or one of the things from both the databases to be linked, and that intermediary database should not have any duplication. That is the main important part when you're creating a relationship. So hope you found this tutorial useful. This is going to be very, very useful when you are working on Power Pivot, data models, and doing data analysis with different spreadsheets. It does save a lot of time in doing your VLOOKUP. It does save a lot of it saves your sheet from getting very heavy because you're not using your function, which makes it difficult to read or makes it difficult for Excel to keep on working on it. So it's a simpler way to actually work on your Excel file. Hope you found this useful. Keep watching for more of such tutorials on the Power Pivot.